Coming up next on this edition of In the City, the Murfreesboro Municipal Airport has upcoming maintenance projects that will affect operations. Also, the city hosted the Special Olympics track and field days that took place at MTSU. Plus, Murfreesboro Fire Rescue gets a new fire truck at Station 6. And a local artist unveils her Mosaic Benches at the Gateway Island Trail. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. Some much-needed pavement replacement, repair, and restriping will be happening at the Murfreesboro Municipal Airport. Murfreesboro Airport Director explains details about the project.
There's no good time to shut down an airport and do maintenance, but every so many years you find you're having to do it. And it was a debate of trying to close the airport in certain sections and maintain operations, but that seemed to be like it was going to take longer, and safety was, we didn't want to compromise safety. So the best solution was to close the whole thing down, give it to the contractor, let them do their thing as quickly and efficiently as possible, and then get operations back going again. This airport is an important part of our local economy. There's 400 some jobs created just through this airport, and something like $80 million each year that comes through the operations and everything of this airport into our community. So when you say you're going to close it down, it concerns a lot of people. So this is really addressing all kinds of pavement all over the airport, from runway, taxiways, and our main ramp. And different areas of the airport are getting different types of maintenance done to it. Some it's just seal coating and repainting. Some of the sections of the pavement are so old that they're having to mill it up, repave, and then repaint. And then the runway is fairly new. It's only about 8 years old pavement. That is getting crack repair, seal coat, painted, and then there's also a blast pad that's being put in on the north end. Everything that you see from the terminal area here is getting some sort of maintenance done to it. Part of the work of this project is so much of it is beforehand. The engineers and all that coming up with all the solutions and different techniques that they're going to use out here to address the different problems with pavement. The other part is getting the funding. So there's 90% of this is federally funded through different FAA sources of monies. Then state is 5% and local is 5%. Everything, all the pavement maintenance is all federal and state money. The blast pad is going to be local money. So this project will start June 15th, and it's expected to last about 30 days. And the tough thing about this is 30 days is 30 good days. We need 30 days of this and no rain, because every rain day kind of causes about a day or two delay. So the more good weather we could have during this project, the better we'll all be. We actually coordinated with the Smyrna Airport and Salil and John Black. We don't like to have a whole bunch of airports all in one area of Tennessee all closed at the same time. That doesn't do anybody any good, so we like to have some alternatives going. Life Flight, because they're a helicopter, they'll be able to continue to operate out of the Murfreesboro Airport while we're doing that construction. They don't need a runway, so they're good to go.
Special Olympics holds its annual spring games at MTSU that included elementary and middle school age kids one day and high school and adults the next.
The 2023 Area 16 Special Olympics Spring Games recently took place at MTSU. The first day included elementary and middle school age kids, and the second day was high school and adults.
We have over 500 athletes over the two-day event. Everyone competes, everyone participates. We try to even up skill levels so that they're similar, but our goal is just to create a wonderful experience for these athletes, and those that come and witness the games and cheer in the stands can acknowledge that it's a world-class event. The Parks Department makes sure it's as professional as any sporting event you would go to.
The athletes get to compete in a running event, softball throw, and long jump.
Once they go through and participate in their events, then they will receive an award, get acknowledged at the awards presentation. We put different groups together so that it's not the same classmate, so that social interaction occurs. It's just a festive day.
They practice, we record their time, their seconds, their meters, and then they're combined by their race times, so that's how they're established in their events. It's less about the competition and it's more about the enjoyment of the day, being with friends, meeting new friends at other schools. That's an important skill as well, those social skills.
And then our student athlete volunteers from both MTSU and the Central Magnet School creates a special bond between the athletes.
I think it's really an amazing thing to kind of just give somebody a sense of feel good, basically, just a sense of feel good about themselves. It's real good when they smile, and they'll jump maybe 4 feet the first time and then come out and jump 4'1", and everybody lights up. It's like scoring a touchdown on the field. Honestly, it feels good.
They always bring a sort of energy that I don't normally see from a lot of other people, and it's kind of really important to see personally for myself, because I know that they have the want to be here, and I kind of love seeing that they're just excited to just come out on this nice day and just participate.
Our athletic division, led by Thomas Laird, who's one of our assistant directors, have really taken this event to the next level. It's something beyond what we could have ever expect, and the support that we put in the special needs community when it comes to athletics. We do the Miracle League twice a year, and we're also developing more programs like the Advantage Sports program, but we also have a council that believes in really the purpose and the mission of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department, and we're just fortunate to be able to offer that.
It's the smiles on all their faces and seeing old friends and students that have gone on. They're now in high school, but getting to see those kids again and visit with their families, it's just a special day. I love it.
A new MFRD fire truck was put into service at a local fire station that will service citizens in the Sportscom area.
Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department's Station 6 on Memorial Boulevard recently retired their old Ladder 6 fire truck and replaced it with a new 75-foot aerial. We were there when they put it into service.
Our trucks usually have about a 15-year life, then we replace them with a new one, and today is the end of about a 2.5-year process from ordering the new truck, getting it in, getting it equipped, and finally getting the personnel trained on it and putting it in service today.
It's a 75-foot aerial with a 500-gallon water tank on it. We've got all the medical supplies that we had on the old trucks on this new truck here. And 90% of what we do are medical calls. That other 10% is going to be probably divided up between fire alarms to car accidents to actual working fires that we go to. So it'll be on the road a lot, and we hope to get many years out of it. In today's world, people are in their cars, they got their music going. We have to be very careful when we approach vehicles because this is a big truck and it is a lot of responsibility driving one of these pieces of equipment.
The mayor and city council have always been big supporters of public safety, and this here is one of the parts that they show their support. This new ladder we're putting in service today will serve the Sportscom area. This is at Station 6 on Memorial Boulevard. The citizens of Murfreesboro get very good service out of this truck for the next 15 so years.
Back in the 1800s, when fire departments used horses to pull their steam engines, after a fire call, they would unhook the horses and push the apparatus into the fire station. Tradition has been when fire departments put a new truck in service, they push it in by hand.
Of course, these trucks are a lot heavier than the steam engine, so we'll still have a driver in there, but we'll be simulating pushing this truck into the station and continuing that tradition.
After the new truck was positioned into the station bay, the firefighters transferred their equipment from one truck to the other, and all that was left to do was the chief to hand it over to the captain.
Today is May the 10th, 10:30 in the morning. Ladder 6 is ready to go into service, and Riley, I'm going to turn it over to you and your crew. And I'm sure you'll take good care of it, and it'll serve the citizens for many years to come.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy
Thank you,
your new
Chief.
equipment.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
A set of beautiful mosaic benches created by Sherry Warner Hunter were unveiled at Gateway Island Trail dedication thanks to a generous grant from the National Endowment for the Arts.
Hello everyone, I'd like you to welcome you to the dedication of the Hope Effect Mosaic Benches that we have been working on for the past few years. These benches started out their journey in 2020 as the brainchild of Lisa Browning and Deb Hunter, working with the National Endowment for the Arts grant, and they worked on this diligently for several years. Lisa really wanted to incorporate multiple people from the community, MTSU, a local artist, as well as our laureates, and that has come to fruition. These are beautiful examples of what it can look like when the whole community worked together to produce a really quality, meaningful piece of art that everyone in our community can come out here and enjoy. Our poet laureates wrote the poem that it was the inspiration for these mosaic benches. Amy Whittemore is our Poet Laureate of 2021, and Cameron Mitchell was our Performing Arts Laureate in 2021. They created this poem, The Hope Effect, based on what we were going through during that time in our history. COVID had just hit, people were scared and worried, and we didn't really know what was going on tomorrow. They came together and created this poem, The Hope Effect. If we see something positive today, would hope sprout in the dark place tomorrow? Our hands linked, become a basket. Let's carry each other to the light. And it was such an inspirational poem that just had all of us joining together to get through this tragedy that our nation faced. Then we incorporated MTSU. John Huddleston came and provided the benches that the mosaic art was going to be a part of. We worked with him for about a year to come up with exactly what we wanted and what would work and be everything that we needed it to be. And we really appreciate his diligence of his crew, and his students were a part of it, and they came out here and did a fantastic job for us. And last but not least is our mosaic artist, Sherry Warner Hunter. She actually lives in Bell Buckle, so she's a local artist to this area, but she is a world-renowned artist that has done amazing mosaics all over the country and is renowned and has won numerous awards that we are just so honored that she was willing to help us out on this project and help us contribute to the art that we're giving to the community. Sherry, would you like to speak for a moment?
Thank you, Susan. I just want to say what an honor it was to create these benches. The poem that the poet laureates had penned was very inspirational, and the work that I find that really resonates with me, and hopefully the community is taking on, looking at a mission, looking at ideas that are so important to a community, and then responding to that, creating a visual representation. So I feel very honored to be included in this collaborative project, and very honored to have these two benches permanently installed in Murfreesboro. So I want to thank you for that opportunity.
We are so honored, and thank you, Ms. Sherry Warner Hunter, for coming and providing us with this very high-class, beautiful art. Thank you very much. Lisa wanted me to convey a special thanks to MTSU and to Ms. Sherry and to the laureates for sticking with this and producing such a wonderful end result.
I've actually been doing mosaics for about 35 years now, and the reason I went to mosaic, and specifically a high-fired ceramic tile that's made to exist and live outdoors, is that I wanted to create things with color, but I don't feel confident with paint, and so I went with tile, and now essentially I'm creating pictures with chunks of color, whatever I can find in the appropriate glazed tile. There's a lot of sketching, trying to get the idea to take a solid visual form, and then we work directly over onto that. All the tiles start out as an 8-inch commercial grade tile, and we have saws and nippers. Each individual piece here has been hand cut and hand finished. I'm, of course, very honored that it's in such a public place and that it's functional. I like artwork that people interact with. I like to see artworks being encountered by a casual visitor as opposed to a specific gallery destination.
The Murfreesboro Stormwater Department hosts 2 upcoming rain barrel workshops where you can take home your own barrel.
A new addition to the Murfreesboro Water Resources Stormwater Department is a recent graduate from MTSU, and he comes from Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Bahamas. He explains his major parts of his job as a water quality specialist.
So what my job entails is, the first thing is GIS mapping, where I manage the GIS stormwater map, and I manage the infrastructure, I update it, and I make sure that it's 100% accurate and recent. The second thing is illicit discharge. If anybody is dumping into the drains, if there's a sewer pipe that person is getting into the stormwater drains, I'm the person who goes and investigates that. The third thing, Friday we went out to Blackman Elementary School and we taught stormwater to all the kids, and that's something I really was excited for. Also, I also sample and test the water of all the streams and rivers and springs to make sure that the water quality is of a high standard for public use.
One of Perez's community outreach programs are rain barrel workshops, where you can actually take home a rain barrel for your home or business.
So rain barrels are important. For my job specifically, it helps it run off. As it rains down, it's not just the businesses and streets, it's also your homes. That rainwater picks up sediment and germs and bacteria, and it carries it to rivers and streams. So with the rain barrels, with helping collect that water and the homeowners directing it to their plants and their gardens, it helps that water to be used for its purposes instead of leaving on their driveways and in their grass and going into the streams. So that's what rain barrel is very important for, in my sense. For the homeowners themselves, it saves them tons of money in their water bills, and it also helps them to become a lot more self-sufficient. At the top, you have your cap, you twist it on, and then in that cap, there's a filter. I believe in the rain barrels, the one that we are giving out at this work event, it connects directly to your gutters at home. So once it filters out the leaves and the dirt that comes from the gutters and the rain, it fills up with water, and you have outlet for the water to come out. And what is basically is a siphon in that faucet in that barrel. That water is going to flow out down to the faucet to wherever you want it to go.
Murfreesboro Stormwater will be hosting 2 rain barrel workshops, June 24th from 11 a.m. to noon at the Murfreesboro Water Resources Department Operations Facility at 1725 South Church Street, and another one August 23rd, 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., also at 725 South Church Street. $10 for the workshop or $50 for the workshop and your own rain barrel. Click on the QR code to register.
The 2023 season of the Murfreesboro Saturday Market is here, and I attended the opening day with over 60 vendors and the largest crowd ever. The Murfreesboro Saturday Market is back with perfect weather and the largest crowd ever.
We always come out here, especially when it's nice out, and it's fantastic weather today.
With over 60 vendors lined around the courthouse, it's a wonderful way to spend a Saturday morning.
It looks like there's a lot of vendors today, which is really, really nice. It's good to see a good turnout as well as a lot of people out.
You can get everything from produce, meat from local farms, flowers, and more. Plus, it's just a fun way to enjoy a nice morning out in our community and support local businesses.
It not only puts us on the map for people that are maybe coming out of town, like for the MTSU graduation, but it also stimulates the local people that work here and are trying to make a name for themselves.
Events like this give residents a sense of place and gives visitors yet another reason to love visiting our city.
I think it's very beneficial to keep doing things like this and getting our name out there, and all the small businesses to support as well.
The Saturday Market is every Saturday around the square from 8 a.m. to noon. For more information, visit mainstreetmurfreesboro.org. For CityTV, Michael Linn White. Free Comic Book Day is a popular event for local libraries. It's also a great way to promote literacy. Linebaugh opens its doors for fun and games for the 9th annual Free Comic Book Day event.
Free Comic Day is two things, actually. One is it's to make the library fun. People have this mistaken idea that they have to come to the library, be quiet, and do research, and we want them to know that, no, the library is an engaging place that you can come and have fun all day long. So we make it loud and chaotic once a year.
Over 400 people stopped in for a free comic, games, prizes, even artists making art on demand.
We've had about 300 people come in already. We've got about 5,000 comics to give away. We've got artists producing art on demand. We're showing comics and movies. We've got music going. We've got over $1,000 worth of prizes to give away. We've got snacks, we've got prizes, we've got everything going on in town.
This event also promotes literacy. Some kids will read comic books before any other type of book.
There are people who don't read until they read comics. A comic is a good way to get a pre-reader to pick up something and start to associate pictures and words with a story.
Mark your calendars for next year, the 10th anniversary of Line Boss Free Comic Book Day. And for all the fun things happening at the library, visit rclstn.org. For CityTV, Michael Linn White. A fun thing to do with the kids this summer is a scavenger hunt on the Murfreesboro Greenway. If you hit all the stops, you can win free passes to Borough Beach.
Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation has created a fun activity that will give your family a reason to get out and explore the Greenway.
It's the Greenway Scavenger Hunt. This is our second year of doing it. It's a Facebook-based program, so it runs from April to July, and every month I go out on the Greenway, pick a place, a very obvious landmark on the Greenway, take a picture of it, and then we post it on Facebook. And what you do is you just follow us on SportsCom Murfreesboro's Facebook page. On the first of every month, I will post that month's site. So I'll post the picture of the landmark and the trailhead that you can find it on. And then you and your family, you go out, find that landmark, take a selfie, and then email it to sportscomwellness@murfreesborotn.gov. And we'll give you a free pass to Borough Beach. Every person who's in the picture will get a pass to Borough Beach. And then you pick those up at SportsCom, which is where Borough Beach is, and you go from there. Each month is a different area of the Greenway, so if you're always going to one part, this is your opportunity to try a new part of the Greenway and kind of see what's available there. Just a nice way to get families out, get them out together, get out in the sunshine, and use this great resource that the city has. The Greenway is amazing and awesome, and it's free. And this program is free. You don't have to pay anything for it. You just go out and walk, take your picture, send it in, and you get a free pass. So it's a win-win for everybody. Just a fun way to kind of get out and get moving. So all of the sites in the Greenway Scavenger Hunt are accessible to wheelchairs and strollers and any modality of movement that you need. These sites themselves are not a very far distance from the trailhead. At most, it's like a half of a mile is where the actual site, the landmark is. So you're only having to commit to a half a mile in and a half a mile back. So we tried to make it as accessible to everyone as possible for anyone who has physical limitations or just for families who have little kids who can't make a long trek. It's fairly short, so it should hopefully be doable for a majority of the people so that we can get as many people participating and out and active as possible. The purpose of the program, I kind of wanted to get people out, get them moving, and spring and summer is the best time to do it. I also wanted to get people introduced to the Greenway and get people who, even though they use the Greenway a lot, get them introduced to different parts, different segments of the Greenway. So I picked different places. This year we've got Thompson Lane Trailhead was one of the trailheads, Cason Lane, we're going out Barfield, the new trailhead out at Central Valley. So just kind of helping to introduce people to all of those opportunities that they have to get out and explore nature, be in the outdoors, and just and make it a little fun. So it's not always just going and tracking your miles. In this instance, it's going and looking for different spots and different landmarks, just to make it a little fun, a little more engaging for kids, but engaging for everybody. I have a lot of people who don't have kids that have been participating. It's just a fun, different way to go out and walk.
The Greenway Scavenger Hunt is going on through July, so get out on the Greenway and start searching.
Did you know there's a city ordinance stating garbage is supposed to be bagged before placing it in a garbage bin? Check out this new promo that explains why this is important.
Let's take a second and talk about solid waste.
Did you know you're supposed to bag your trash before putting it into the cart?
There's actually a city ordinance that states all garbage placed in a bin should be bagged and tied securely to prevent spillage. No garbage is supposed to be loose inside the bin.
So what happens if you don't bag your trash? Let's use weather and high winds as an example.
As you can see here, high winds can tip over your bin and anything not bagged, such as paper or plastic products, will get blown away in your yard, your neighbor's yard, or on the street. If high winds knock over a bin with bagged trash, there's nothing loose to get blown away.
Help us keep our city clean by bagging up your trash.
It helps reduce litter getting in our neighborhoods, on our streets, and in our storm drains. For more information on our city's solid waste ordinance, visit the city's website at murfreesborotn.gov.
Juneteenth, a holiday celebrating the emancipation of enslaved persons in the United States, will be observed June 15th through the 17th with 3 events. Thursday, June 15th, Authors Night book signing. Local authors will discuss their literacy works and sign books from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Friday, June 16th, Kaleidoscope, a networking mixer from 5 to 7 p.m. where small businesses and organizations will provide informational material. Saturday, June 17th, Juneteenth or Freedom Day activities include a kids zone, food vendors, artists, and live music and dancing from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All 3 events will take place at Bradley Academy Museum and Cultural Center at 415 South Academy Street and are free to attend. Mayor Shane McFarland recognizes Kaylee Rendell, a program instructor at the Wilderness Station, at a recent City Council meeting and awarded her with the STARS Award. Rendell was applauded for her customer service in responding to Anna Stovall, a Daisy Scouts leader. Stovall said she offered helpful information, was patient, had great customer service, and very knowledgeable. She ended by saying Kaylee represents the city of Murfreesboro very well and should be considered a star. The STARS Service Excellence Program recognizes outstanding employees who embody the city's standard for service excellence and exemplify the city's core service values. Congratulations to Kaylee. We are excited that we have partnered with PAWS of Rutherford County since 2022 to bring you the Pet of the Month. June's Pet of the Month is Hoagie. Hi, my name is Hoagie. I'm a 6-month-old slice of heaven, and yes, I'm a German Shepherd mix. I rolled into PAWS as a stray. I love my outside time. It gives me the opportunity to train, but also show off my silly, goofy side as well. I do not care to be on a leash, so this is something I'm determined to overcome. Being a puppy is super fun. I would love to make some new friends, and I'm neutered and up to date on all current vaccines, and I simply cannot wait to give you a piece of my heart. For more information about Hoagie or other dogs and cats available for adoption, contact PAWS at 615-898-7740 or email them at paws@rutherfordcountytn.gov. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro or any of the stories you've seen here, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. Before we close the show, the Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department was joined by Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, Rutherford County Fire Rescue, Rutherford County Office's Emergency Medical Services, Rutherford County Emergency Management, and members of the public on the Medical Center Parkway overpass as Detective Jake Bowe's body was escorted from Nashville to Franklin Road Baptist Church for visitation. Detective Jake Bowe of the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department died as a result of injuries sustained in a traffic crash. MPD officers helped block the streets as the processional passed. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.